Let's talk about the part of money manifestation that no one wants to talk about, the part where it hasn't happened yet. Because being a money magnet isn't magic, it's co creation. You have a role, the universe has a role, God has a role. And when you understand the difference, everything shifts. So, if you know that your desires are aligned, but you're struggling with the waiting, or if you find yourself like shutting down because it just hasn't happened yet, or maybe you're disappointed and you question whether it's even possible anymore, or you've been trying to hold the excitement of, okay, possibility, what can happen, but also trying to navigate the pressure of it hasn't happened yet. You are in the right place. We're going to talk today about staying in alignment long enough to see the thing come to fruition and what doing your part and being a co creator with God and the universe actually looks like. So let's get to it. If we haven't met yet, I'm Amy Circa, money confidence coach and bookkeeper. Over the last 13 years, I've helped over 1,250 women get out of survival mode and make money simple so they can feel safe, clear, and confident with their finances. No shame, no restriction, and definitely no giving up your coffee to get there. So, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I am super excited to record this today. This was one I was not planning on recording this morning, but the download came, all of the information that I wanted to share in this specific episode this morning. So we whipped out the camera and hit record. Before we dive into this, though, if you are like, yes, this is something that I need to work on, then I would join my 30-day money magnet challenge. Okay. Every day, you're going to get one simple action step to shift your belief, your identity, and your energy around money so it can feel safe and consistent. And we're going to talk a lot about that today. But if you're like, yes, this is something that I need to prioritize this year, Amy, then make sure to check out that link. It is in the show notes. This is an offer that is part of the Unstoppable Experience. I'm hosting it live. It's part of the Unstoppable Experience. It's going to go back into the Unstoppable Experience. So, like, if you're listening to this after the fact, you can check out the link in the show notes. I'm not sure. I have not decided how long this is going to be available, and if this is one that's going to come back next year, or if this is a one-time thing, one and done. So, if you're feeling the pull, make sure to check out that link. Now, let's talk about what it really looks like to be a money magnet. And the difference here, we've got multiple schools of thought, really. So we have the one school of thought that doesn't really believe in manifestation, that doesn't really believe in, okay, let's put it this way. They believe they're controlling, like they're in control of all the things that they're doing, right? So this is like, we're just going to work harder to get there. Probably some of the shifting your mindset might show up some, like you got to have the right mindset, but they believe we got to do it all, right? And then we have the other side of thinking, which is like we have no control. There's nothing that we can do to be in any control of what goes on. We're just kind of living life. We're subject to the predetermined path. Nothing you can do, think, or believe is going to change the outcome. And like most things in life, neither one of those extremes are correct from what I've seen and what I believe. Of course, you're entitled to your opinion. But we're co-creators. So everything that you want and everything that you desire and everything that's been put on your heart, all those things are coming to you in your greatest good. And sometimes it doesn't look like what we think it's going to look like, right? We're expecting it to come in one way and it comes in a different way. And we're actually going to get into some of that here. So you're expecting that you're going to hit a $10,000 a month in your business, but your spouse gets a $10,000 bonus. And then you're frustrated because it didn't show up. You didn't do the thing. Well, you still received it. It just didn't come in the way that you thought it would. Okay. But we're co-creators. We have to do our part because you have to be in energetic alignment, if we want to look at it that way, spiritual alignment. Like those things, we have to have the faith and the belief that it's going to work out for us. And it can work out tomorrow, right? It's all coming to you. and the correct timing, it's already decided. Omnipresent, right? Past, present, future, all at the same time. It's already decided. Our job is to be in alignment and have the faith. That's our co-creator part. Like, we have to do our part. And that's kind of easier said than done, right? We have beliefs that come up that it's like rich people are bad, or if I have this, like this, I'm not going to feel loved, or I won't be loved. If I have this, I won't be chosen. It's not safe to be seen. All of these underlying beliefs that are human experience, right? Because our humans flawed. We live in a flawed world. That's just how it works, okay? But we have to be in alignment and hold that pressure of the not yet. It hasn't come in yet, the not yet, but still be in the excitement of what if? What if it showed up tomorrow? What if it showed up today? What if while you're listening to this podcast episode, you got a text notification and everything that you have been waiting for happened? What if it wasn't that far off? But at the same time, we have to hold that possibility without shutting down, okay? So we have to hold the possibility that it could be a 6-figure launch. You could receive that payment. You could have these things. The person you're in love with can choose to be with you. Whatever. You're trying to come up with different examples, but I don't want to put things in your mouth. So those things that like your deepest desires, the travel you want to do, the way that you want to be loved, the way that you want to parent, the things that you want your kids to see and hear and to do, like all of those things that you're praying for, that you're expecting to happen, that you're believing for, the new home, the new vehicle, the ease, all of those things, they're possible, right? And we have to be able to sit in that possibility and truly believe that it's possible without shutting down, because we can go polar extreme. And I know I'll use a launch that I had several years ago as an example. I put everything I could at the time, right? Because, sometimes we say that, like, I gave you everything. And it's like, oh, I didn't ask you to do that. Like, okay. But everything that I felt like I could at that time, I held the belief. I went into that launch with full expectation that it was going to be a phenomenal launch. And I closed cart and nobody converted. I had one person buy a VIP upsell. So I think I made like $47 on the entire launch. And in that moment, the disappointment hit. And this is like the other side of it. Okay. So we have the possibility, we got to hold the possibility without shutting it down that it's not going to happen. And then if it doesn't happen, like it didn't happen in that launch for me, we have to hold the disappointment without retracting and shutting down and giving up and feeling like, okay, it's never going to work for me. And in that moment, in that launch, I did not do that at all. And there is nothing wrong with like taking space, because what I ended up doing is I took space and I stepped back and it was like, okay, is this something still that I want to do, and reevaluating, looking at the why versus looking at the how, looking at why I was doing things. Was I still passionate about this? Was this still something that like was important to me that I wanted to do, or was I moving into a different season? And it was an alignment, and I did come back, and I know because I've had that launch, like the difference in the way I'm able to hold and support my clients, and it becomes because of that for me. Because of that launch, I'm able to support my clients better. I have this level of expertise. Like, it's part of my story. It wasn't the outcome that I wanted, but it was the outcome that I needed. But my launch success was coming. It just wasn't that time. But in that moment, before I was aware of this, I should say, I didn't hold that disappointment without retracting. Okay. So I retracted in that moment. It was like, it's never going to work for me, works for everybody else. We've all had that negative self-talk, right? But the balance is we have to be able to hold both. Because I've also, like, after that, I've gone into launches with this, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I'm okay if it doesn't happen. But there's a little bit of a coping mechanism because I didn't want to be disappointed again. That human aspect, right, was still in fear. I kind of feel like that's it. Like that might be where we leave it because we have to do both. There's things that we have to do. We have to shift our identity, shift our beliefs. Because again, we're co-creators with God and the universe, right? They can, like, you can't hide from your thoughts. So if you're putting on this show that like, oh yes, like I believe this, I believe that, but the little voice in the back of your head's going, yeah, right. Done that before, not going to work out for you and never works out for you. If that's what's going on, we're not in alignment. It's not just what you're doing, it's who you are while you do these things. And that's what creates the money magnetism. Because you're in alignment. The mind, body, and soul alignment. It's all of it. And when your human steps in with the fear, we know how to handle it when we're in alignment. Okay? So before we go, if this was like, yeah, I need more of this, Aimee, right? Then I want to invite you to join me inside the 30-day money magnet challenge. Okay? You want money to feel easier, more peaceful, more aligned, like doing all the things that should be different by now, Aimee. And something still inside you, like just tightens. Ugh. Every time you think about your finances, this challenge is going to be for you. Here's what I believe. Everything you desire is already on its way to you, but it can only land when you're in an energetic match for it. That means your beliefs, your identities, and your actions all need to be aligned. All need to be aligned with receiving, not hustling, not forcing, not performing. This challenge is going to help you be aligned, grounded, and open. Every day for 30 days, you're going to get one simple action step, something small enough that your nervous system and your human won't freak out, but powerful enough as a compound to shift your relationship with money from survival mode into magnetic receiving. We're talking about, again, identity work, belief layering, nervous system regulation, and getting into action. Because again, we got to have the action part too. All the things that actually make you a match for everything that you desire. This is where we reconnect you with the truth. And I know I say this all the time, that you're not behind, you're not broken, you're not bad with money. You're simply out of alignment with what you're calling in. And alignment is a skill we can remember or rebuild because we've had this at one point. We just lost it. So if you're ready to strengthen your faith, ground your energy, and open the door just a little bit wider for the delivery that's already trying to make its way to you, all of that wealth and magnetism that you are looking for, I'm encouraging you to join us. Again, I don't know how long this is going to be available, open to the public outside of the Unstoppable experience. So come step into the version of yourself who can hold more. Come play with the energetics of receiving. And remember that abundance responds to alignment, not pressure. A link is going to be in the show notes for the 30-day money magnet challenge. I can't wait to see you inside. And as we go through together, see what opens up for you over the next month. Remember, you've got this and I've got you. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.